So to stop all sounds, you can hit shift exit, or you can hit play twice. Again, shift exit or play twice. Let's talk about how you access the buses. So for the bus, you have multi-effects and you hit the pad. That's bus A. Multi-effects plus delay, hit the pad. That's going to be bus B. While we're on the topic, let's talk about how to access the effects bus. I said in an earlier video that the bus A and bus B will be a dry signal. If you want to put effects on any of your samples, you have to put it in an effects bus. In order to do that, you're going to hit the pad twice. Let me demonstrate. I'm going to hold down multi-effects, hit the pad twice, and then you have effects on the screen. It pops up pretty quick, but if you hit the pad twice while holding down multi-effects or multi-effects and delay, you will access the effects bus. Copy and exchange. If you want to copy a sound from one pad to the other, select the pad that you want to copy, and you're going to hold that pad down. You're going to hit shift plus play, and you're going to see copy pop up on the screen. And once you have copy, you go to enter, you'll see H2 pop up on the screen. That's your current pad where you are. Now you want to select a pad where you want to go. Let's put that in pad 1 or on pad 1. You'll see pad 1 pop up next to H2. We're going to hit enter. And now that sound is on pad 1. You want to exchange this sound with another pad. Let's exchange it with this one, this hi-hat here. So we're going to exchange pad 2 for pad 3. Same concept. We're going to hold down pad 2, hit shift play. We're going to scroll to exchange, enter. We're going to select the pad we want to exchange with, which is pad 3. And we're going to enter. And you'll see the progress bar. Done. And now that snare is on pad 3 and the hi-hat is on pad 2. While we're on the topic, let's talk about copy exchange to a different bank. Same concept. We're going to hold down the pad, shift play. Now, right now we're in bank H. Let's enter and let's find an empty bank or an empty pad in another bank. Here's an empty pad. So we hit 6, which is in bank C, and we will hit enter. Right now we're in bank H. We're going to hold the pad, shift play. We're going to hit enter. Find a bank with an empty pad. We're going to hit that pad. If we wanted to execute, we would hit enter. And that's how you copy exchange to a different bank. Right now we have that pattern there. We're going to double this pattern length. So we hit shift and we go to page right. That little hollow little circle there represents pages. So we're going to double this pattern length and make it 2 pages. So we've already selected our pattern, which is pattern 1 in bank 3. And we're going to go shift play and we're going to scroll over to duplicate. Usually by default, it'll be on pattern. We're going to scroll over to duplicate and we're going to hit enter. It says done. So now we exit and this pattern now is going to have 2 pages. And you can see here, this is page 2 and this is page 1. And you'll see that little hollow circle being toggled from page 1 to page 2. And that's how you duplicate the pattern length. Let's say we want to delete a pattern. We're already on a pattern. We are on pattern 1 in bank 3. So we want to delete this pattern. We're going to hold down the keyboard button, select octave up or octave plus, and we're going to scroll over to ITPT. And once you're there, you would hit enter. Now, me personally, I don't want to delete this pattern, so I'm not going to do it, but that's how you do it. Alternatively, you can also press select menu and you can scroll over to ITPT this way. And you can delete the pattern that way as well. That would be the long way. The short way is the way that I just did by just holding down the keyboard button, octave plus, hit the enter key, and your pattern is deleted. If you want to delete a bank, you hit delete, select your bank, hit delete again, and that will delete the bank. I'm I'm not going to delete the bank because that's not what I want to do, but I just wanted to show you how that's done. We're going to hit delete, select your bank, hit delete again, and that will delete the entire bank. If you have multiple patterns and you want to delete all your patterns, press shift plus the B key, and that will clear all patterns. And here you see clear A, and that will delete all of your patterns. So be careful with that one. Let's say you want to trigger a sound and you don't want that sound to play. You hold down pattern and you select the sound and you will not trigger that sound. Let's say you have parameters, certain parameters set on your sounds and your pads, and you don't want to alter that parameter. You can just hold down pattern and it will let you know what the parameter is without changing it. You can see here, I'm turning the knob and nothing is happening because I'm holding down the pattern key. But if I turn that knob and I'm not holding the pattern key, you'll see it start to adjust. But if you don't want it to move and you just want to peek into the parameter, hold down pattern and turn the knob. Let's talk a little bit about the loop. If I hit the loop key and I hit the pad, it's just going to simply loop. If I hit loop twice, it will now alternate between forward and reverse. All right, let's talk a little bit about the multi-effects punching. That's where you hold the multi-effects and you can toggle any of the MFX here on the step keys. Let me demonstrate. I'm accessing those effects by just holding down the MFX button and toggling the step keys down here at the bottom. While we're on the topic of effects, there are also moment effects where I can hold down pattern and access any of these 5 effects here: delay, pitch, scatter, filter, so on and so on. These have nothing to do with the effects on the step keys or the multi effects. However you want the effect to play, or however wet or dry you want, you set that. And then once you set it, you can go ahead and access the effect that way by holding down pattern and punching the 5 effects up here.